Hi Loopers, Melissa with Lovable Loops here. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to make a crochet yarn tail have a furry look, like this ear right here. I'm currently working on a Cheshire Cat Halloween costume, and I have crocheted a tail to go with the costume that will get sewn onto the back of this dress here. I will provide a link for the written pattern below in the notes. So I'm not going to actually show you how to crochet the tail, but I'm going to show you how to give your tail this furry look like I've done here with the ears and at the bottom here. I thought it would be fun to give the tail a different look rather than just leaving it like this. So what I'll do is after I finish giving the tail the furry look, this will get stuffed with polyfill and then it will be attached to the dress. I'm also going to, in the written pattern, include instructions on how to make this in a larger size. So this dress here is for 3-6 months. So the tail pattern that I have here, this tail, is for baby sizes, but I'll also include how long to make the tail for children and then also for adults. Because my hat pattern here, which still needs one more ear, this pattern and then also the leg warmers that I make will be for all sizes. So, all right, so to get started, let me set the dress aside. Okay, you're going to need, so your tail, that's already complete. You're going to need one of these dog or cat brushes. This is for a dog here because I have a dog, although we don't use this for him because it doesn't really work very well on his fur. But so you'll need a dog or cat brush that looks like similar to this. And then you're also going to need some polyfill at the end. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to use the brush and you're going to carefully, you don't want to just set the brush down and pull. What you want to do is you just want to carefully pull at the yarn and using small motions like that and going in different directions. So you don't want to go in the same direction the whole time because you want to give it, you don't want to just pull the loops of your crochet out. So make sure you're working in different directions or in all of the directions. So down and then to each side. And you're just carefully, some of the loops will get pulled out and that's okay because you won't really notice them when you're done. But you're just going to carefully, and I feel like going from side to side might even be easier. So as you're working each piece, I just sort of fold it over my finger and work it that way. And definitely do it in small sections. One at a time. I also thought about like cutting snips of yarn and then attaching it and doing that. But after making the ear, I really feel like that looks really cute like that. So I really think that this will give it enough of a furry look that I don't need to add any more yarn. And take your time with it. Make sure you do both sides and make sure you don't leave any gaps. And again, make sure you're using small motions. That already looks really cool. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and do this for the entire length of your tail. I'm going to go ahead and just keep working my way down the tail, and then I'll show you how I'm going to stuff it with polyfill and attach it to the dress. Okay, so now once you're done, you're going to want to look back over it and make sure there's no parts that you missed. I think, yeah, this is my, for my magic loop, the other end. So I'm just going to actually maybe try to turn this inside out. No, I'm just going to send this piece of yarn back in there. I'm not too worried about that. Ideally, I would have tied this off before I started making this smaller, but that's okay. It's not such a big deal. Just work it back. That way, and I'll just snip it tight and then there we go. All right, so you can see doing this gives it a completely different look. Like it actually does look like fur, which I think is super cool. So now what you're going to want to do is stuff it with polyfill. And I would not, so typically I would recommend doing this along the way. That way you don't have to fill all the way down here with polyfill at the end. But if you were to have filled it with polyfill first, you would have pulled out all of your stuffing in the process of creating the fur. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that. It would be a big mess. So just go ahead and sometimes I use the stick that comes with the polyfill, but I don't know where I put it at the moment. So you can also just use the end of a crochet hook or the end of a pen or pencil. So if you made this in a larger adult size, you could crochet like a waistband and attach this to the waistband, or you could just maybe close this off at the top and then leave a couple loops to tie it onto the belt of your pants, or however you want to do it. For this one, I'm going to be attaching it to the dress. Okay, so I've stuffed it with polyfill. And then what I will do, get my dress here, and then, so it's supposed to be off of the rear, so probably I would just fold this, and then I will stitch back and forth to attach it to about halfway down the chevron portion of the dress. And there you have it, your Cheshire Cat tail. All right, I hope you guys found this video tutorial helpful. Please check out my blog where I have the patterns for the dress, the hat, how to make the tail, and I'm also going to be designing some leg warmers to go along with this. Maybe some arm warmers, it depends. But I have a lot more costume ideas that I'm hoping to be filming tutorials of and writing up the patterns for. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and go ahead and subscribe to my email list using the link to my blog below. All right, thank you guys.